In this video I'm going to show you how to make probably the best internal filter ever. Now I say probably and almost liberally there. It's made out of a Lunchbox and it's probably the best because it uses Biohome Ultimate from Tyne Valley Aquatics. It uses a pump that was an idea from Pondguru's channel, which essentially aerates as well as moves water around, so you can see it at the moment running with the aeration in the tank. It uses 3 stages of filter media. You can put whatever you like in it, and it's made out of a cheap Lunchbox, so it's all the best of both worlds. Cheap, you've got good filter media in there, you've got mechanical filtration, you've got aeration. My plan is to get rid of the rock and to place the Lunchbox sunken into the substrate. So the outlet end will probably be over here, with the top poking out the top of the substrate, and the bottom end will be slightly raised at the back, so that will be above the substrate line level. That's the plan. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think of that. I'm going to get some pebbles or some kind of ornament to cover over the top, so it's easy to get out still, because you will have to still wash out those filter pads every month or so. Yeah, put some comments in the on the video if you like it. If you don't, whatever you think, I'd love to know your thoughts. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. The bits you're going to need are the pump itself and the airline if you're using the Oxy version, the Lunchbox to make the Lunchbox filter, some filter media. This is Biohome Ultimate from Tyne Valley Aquatics, probably the best filter media you can get. A spare plug, so this is just one that you can unscrew. It needs to have a 3 amp fuse, that's what these take, so I'll just take the fuse out of this and put it in here if it's not the same. The reason you need that is you're going to cut this plug off to get it out of the box, so you need a plug that you can screw on the other end. That goes with the filter. A 5mm drill bit, maybe a 5, possibly a 4, to drill the holes in the side of the box. A 15mm drill bit to go into the side of the box for the outlet. A bit of tube, so this is going to go on the outlet, get stuck on there like that, so it can come out the box. You can trim that to length. This is 16 down to 12mm. So I said on another video 11's probably suitable for this. It's quite snug at 12. 11 you could probably get it over the top with a hairdryer or something, warm the plastic up, get it soft and get it on. You need some filter media. This is coarse, medium and fine. I've also got some filter floss, well essentially just polyester padding that's going to go on the other side of that as well, just so it's completely clean before it goes to the media. And that's your lot. Anything else you want to go in there? So you could put peat balls in there, you could put carbon if you want to do carbon filtration, or you're taking meds out of your water, anything like that. I've also got this this 90 degrees right angle joint. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet, depends when I'm going to put the box in the aquarium. Also going to need some suckers pads that will go onto the lid of this. So if I touch the aquarium wall, these will be on the back side of that, keeping it upright basically. What I've done here is use my trusty soldering iron to melt these 2 holes essentially in the lid. So I've drilled my hole in here, I've measured the central point, and I basically worked out on the pump where it would sit, so it would pretty much be square with these flush to the lid. Measured those up and then put some holes in them with the soldering iron. If you don't have a soldering iron, you could use a drill, but just be really careful because you're going to have to try and get it so the air line just fits through that hole and the power cable neatly threads through this hole. So one trick of doing of doing that is to slowly just push the soldering iron down until you get to the width of the cable basically. You'll notice it's not completely round. When you thread it through, make sure that your cable is the right way round. You want it so there's no sort of twists in the line as it's going through, or else it just won't sit very neatly inside the box. What I'm going to do now is put some floss dampening around the filter to essentially just quieten it down whilst it's in operation. I'm going to do that with just a rubber band and a bit of filter floss, because this will essentially, any little bits of media that get around the sides from these little holes, that will get blocked by this as well. Okay, so I've wrapped this up now. I've basically just trimmed the bottom with a pair of scissors, just went around it, sort of neaten it up a little bit. That's ready to go in. The next thing to do is to sort out the inlet holes on the bottom of, on the other side of the Tupperware box of your sandwich tin. So score basically a grid. You can probably just see that on there. I'm now going to drill that through, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, that job's done. Now what you're going to have is loads of plastic rubbish left over on there. I'm just going to cut that with my Stanley knife. Careful with your knife. If you have a small round file, then you can probably just go in these with that and really smooth these off. I'm going to do that now. That's now done. Looks a bit neater. I've given it a good wash out, so I'll get rid of all the bits in there. I'm going to tidy this all up because next I'm going to cut the filter pads down to the right size, and you don't want any of that crud going inside your filter because your fish aren't going to like it. Now if you've watched any of Pondguru's videos, you're going to know that you want to make the water as clean as possible before it hits the media that's going to do your job of removing nitrites, nitrates and ammonia. So this is coarse, medium and fine grade media. What I'm going to do is cut that down into a size that fits inside here, leaving a bit at the top because I know my lid's got to go on there and it's got a bit of clearance in there as well. Now the filter's going to go inside. So here's my media. I'm going to put that in now. Tuck it down the sides. Now I've got that closed up, I can see that I've missed a bit in the side. I'm going to put a bit more in there. I'm quite pleased actually, I've managed to get quite a lot of the filter media in there. Also, I've just got to drill a couple of holes in the back of this for my suction pads to go. I'm just going to put one either side because I'm going to put it to the side of the aquarium, and then it's ready to go. We'll test it in some water and see how it runs. Here it is in action. Basically everything's together now, and I'm going to pop it in the aquarium. I can't hear a thing. The bubbles are really quiet. Pretty pleased with that. Yeah, cool. Here it is in the aquarium, all set up and stuck to the back. You can see my slight faux pas there. Don't do that. I drilled holes on the wrong side of the box and forgot I wanted it the other way around to hide my cables. What's great is I've got aeration and it's actually pretty quiet, it's bearable. So that'll keep my fishies happy. So in summary, probably this is the best filter you can make for the inside of an aquarium. You've got Biohome Ultimate Media, you've got 3-stage mechanical filtration, you've got aeration, so you kill all possibilities with one stone. I'll keep you updated how it goes. Any questions, please leave them in the comments.